If you've always been wondering why some pros play aggressively, some play passively, and some can do both, then this video is for you. So for this video, we're going to be covering what a playstyle is and how you can master your form of playstyle. Hold on, before we begin, I've got to tell you about something. My PC is really bad, and I get a good PC at 500 subs, so for that, I need you guys to help me. So do subscribe since it helps me out a lot. So now, without further ado, let's get started with the video. First things first, what we gotta realize is what a playstyle actually means. Playstyle is basically the way you approach the game or your strategies. In Fortnite, playstyle can make a lot of impact on how you play, how your placements will be, and how much fun you end up having. Now, playstyles in Fortnite can be divided into two. The first one being aggressive and the second being passive. While we know that individually these playstyles both have their drawbacks and their pros, what we gotta realize is that we need to be adept in both of them. If you've got a player that can play both passive and aggressive, they're nearly unbeatable. And that is what you want to become like as well. Imagine this, a player who's got Peter Bout's level of aggression, but also a player who can make really smart rotates, and a player who can always make the best of the best strategies. Now, from the sounds itself, that player sounds so scary for competitive, and that is what you want to become. But first, what is aggressive playstyle and what is passive playstyle? Aggressive playstyle is basically the playstyle in which you're the one pushing the opponents and you're the one doing a lot more damage. While in passive playstyle, you're not really pushing that much and you do not like getting pushed either. You actually play for more placements rather than playing for more kills. Now that you know these playstyles, you can already tell that being good in these will actually help you a lot. It will also make you a lot more adaptable to whatever opponent that you end up facing. And of course, this will help you with the last minute qualification in many tournaments. Now, for being a more well-rounded player, you'll need to be able to have really good decision-making capabilities. If you're good at making a lot of decisions and you know what playstyle to adapt to depending on the opponents or whatever you're doing right now, then that means that you're a lot better than the other players. That also means that you can apply these playstyles to their perfect efficiency. In the recent solo cash cup that I played, I actually made a decision to switch between these playstyles depending on what zone I was in. Because of that, I always played passive whenever I was not in the dead side, and I always beamed people the moment I was in dead side. Because of that, it helped me get a lot of damage off even though I did not get any kills. I did get a lot of damage off and I did make a lot more people nervous. And I also got a few assists in that game since the solo cash cup is so stacked. Had I not done that, I'd either have died in the congested side of zone because of not playing that passive and defensively, or I'd just not have gotten the amount of damage that I had gotten while in the dead side. So now you know how important it is for you to be versatile in your playstyle. But you do not just get these playstyles itself, you'll need to improve them individually. So now we're going to be discussing how you can individually improve your aggressive playstyle. For having a really good aggressive playstyle, what you want to be doing is basically you want to be training your aim a lot. For that, you can check out this video on the screen right now. Because of training your aim a lot, you'll basically be a lot more efficient while trying to fight people, and thus you'll be able to get a lot more eliminations faster. You also want to be having a better reaction time. For that, you can do a lot of reaction exercises, or you can just 1v1 a lot of people. Because of this, you're going to be able to deal with third parties because it's usually the aggressive players who get third partied a lot. After getting a better aim, what you want to be getting is better builds and better mechanics. Because of that, you're basically going to be a lot more efficient and you're also going to be able to cover yourself in case you're getting third partied. So for that, you can check out the video on the screen right now. And ultimately, whenever you're really aggressive, you want to be really confident, since confidence will help you a lot. For that too, you can check out the video on the screen right now. Okay, so now that we know how you can master the aggressive style of playing, you'll need to master the passive style of playing. The passive style of playing really revolves around two things. The first thing being that you want to be avoiding a lot of fights, and the second being that you want to be making a lot of smart rotates. Now for making smart rotates, you can check out the video on the screen right now. However, as for being able to avoid a lot more fights, what you want to be doing is you want to distance yourself from the congested side of zone. While you're doing that, you can also sometimes play zone. While playing zone, basically you end up disengaging with the opponent and you end up completely avoiding a fight. And that is basically our goal if you want to become a passive player. Now one thing is, I do not recommend you to play passively in casual games or in ranked, since that just means that you're killing your fighting abilities. But what you want to be playing passive in is in really high elo lobbies or in scrims. For avoiding fights as a passive player, what else you can be doing is you need to know the map like the back of your hand. If you basically know the bushes or the underground tunnels nearby you, then that means that you can escape a lot faster in case you are beamed really hard. Also, you'll need to learn how to use the rotation items or the rotation meta as effectively as possible. Say for example, you just got a Void Oni mask. If you've got the mask right now, then you'll need to be able to know how you can use the mask so that you'll be able to cover a lot more distance to get into zone better. Now, one common misconception is that basically if you're playing passive, it does not really mean that you're not going to shoot at all. If there's a battle that is completely in your favor, then use stealth to basically obliterate your opponents. And also, be really good at the surprise factor. If you're really good at crouching and ratting around, then continue it in high level lobbies, since that will help you out a lot. It is also a strategy to use in the early games. Okay, so now that you know what the playstyles are and how you can master them, which one is better? To that, there's no specific answer. It actually depends on your situation. Say for example, you just got beamed for more than 110. In that case, what you want to be doing is you want to get a passive playstyle. You want to rat around and you want to avoid the fight as much as possible. But let's say you just got a really good beam on someone. Then you want to be playing aggressive. Sometimes the playstyle also depends on your tournament placement. Say for example, you're only a few points away from qualifying. For that, what you want to be doing is you want to double key the entire lobby. Basically, that means that you've got a really aggressive playstyle. But let's say that you're in a high elo lobby. Then that means that you want to be playing passive and try to go for as much placement as possible, since all of the players in high elo lobbies are already really good. You'll also need to learn how to balance these playstyles while playing the game. Say for example, you were just playing really aggressively but you just got hit for a stupid amount of damage. Then what you want to be doing is you want to suddenly start playing a lot more passively. You want to build a lot more boxes, and then you just want to be basically taking pre-fires and trying to look for counter damage overall. This is also something that pro player Peterbot does. Now I know that we know Peterbot as a really aggressive player, but if you look at his recent solo Cash Cup in which he dropped 41 kills, he actually got beamed or he just got hit for really hard once. Because of that, he played a bit passively for a few moments, and then once he got some counter damage off, he again played aggressively. This is a really good example of being versatile between your playstyles. So ultimately, what you want to be doing is you want to grind out both of these playstyles. Once you are able to do that, what will happen is that basically you're a lot better player. After that, while playing a lot of tournaments, your awareness will itself become better and you'll also become a lot better at becoming versatile in your playstyle. And always remember, it's always the adaptable and the versatile people that get ahead in life compared to the ones that are stuck in only one thing. So yeah, that is it for this video. If you found this video helpful, then do like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.